Hey, yo, welcome back. There's not a podcast. It's just my thoughts with Rob Markman. Now, earlier this week, Sway, shout out to my big brother Sway, shout out to the whole Sway in the Morning team. Sway posted a social clip of his interview, part of his interview with will.i.am. And in it, will.i.am said that he believes that Black Thought is a trillion times better than Jay-Z as an MC. And the internet went off, debate city. You know how it goes. Now, I posed a question in the headline. You know, y'all click, pose a question in the headline. Let's answer the question right away. Is Black Thought a trillion times better than Jay-Z? No. All right. Just answer for you right away. No. Please like, subscribe, comment, man. I'm trying to get to 100,000. This is the road to 100,000. Please subscribe. Please comment. Please engage. Appreciate you all. Now, yeah, the answer to the question is no. It's hyperbole, right? For starters, right? No one is a trillion times better than anyone. Just take, for example, Kendrick Lamar and Soulja Boy, right? I believe most sensible people who really know hip hop will agree that Kendrick Lamar is a better MC, a better rapper than Soulja Boy, and by a lot. Like there's a ton of degrees between them. But a trillion times better though, just that degree of measurement is so large. How do you even measure that? Will was exaggerating. I don't think anybody is a trillion times better than anybody, just mathematically, factually speaking, right? So no. So I say no. But, you know, for me personally, Jay-Z is my favorite rapper. I've said that. Those of you who know me know that. But I'm not mad at Will's opinion that Black Thought is better. And I know a few people who will agree with that. The fact that, you know, Black Thought is an elite MC, top tier, God level. You know, so, you know, this video, I use this video to not argue. I'm not here to argue your preference. But I'm like, okay, we could open up the doors because I feel like a lot of people aren't really in tune to Black Thought, though he's been doing this for over 30 years. Now, so like I said, Black Thought, elite, top tier, God level MC. It's what I believe. Jay-Z is on that top tier as well. Jay-Z is on that upper echelon as well. But your preference just boils down to what you value in your favorite artist, in your favorite MCs. Hove absolutely has the supreme technical ability, but he also has relatability. Hove says things that cut through, lyrics that stick, that are memorable, that appeal to the masses. You know, Jay has a knack for making hit records. And also, let's be real, he has the marketing as well. Just the business of Jay-Z as a rapper is important and keeps many people employed. He has to do bigger numbers. So there's a bigger investment in his success and just more energy put into success. Because when I say a bigger investment, people think like, oh, well, he bought his success. No, that's not what I'm saying. But there's just bigger marketing budgets. It just costs more to kind of move him around and get him in front of people. And also, I think Jay-Z wants that. Or wanted that at a time. I don't know that the 444 version of Jay-Z is as concerned with appealing to the masses as he is with expressing himself. But for most of Jay-Z's career, wants that, right? Didn't just want the critical acclaim, you know, didn't just want for hip-hop to say that he was dope, but to be seen as the best by the masses. I don't know if that is or if any time that was Black Thought's aim. Only he could speak to that, but I don't know. But because Black Thought isn't as commercially successful, isn't as popular, you know, has less exposure, many people may not realize how great of an MC he is. And when you don't realize that, then it makes will.i.am sound crazy. And I love Will, man. Shout out to will.i.am. But will.i.am sounds like out of this world sometimes. But he don't sound so crazy. With the trillion is a lot. So once we just all get on the same page that trillion is a gross exaggeration, the fact that he values or what, you know, he values the things that Black Thought does as an MC more, and that helps him rank him higher than Jay-Z, is not far-fetched. You know what I'm saying? And again, you're arguing somebody's preference. And so, you know, I saw the discourse and I'm like, oh, wow. It seems like there's a lot of people who just don't realize how great of an MC Black Thought is, no matter where your preference lies. And that's because online, on social media, it's more engaging to argue on the internet. People take a hard stance one way or another, and with that, people come dismissive of the art. And I think that's the true crime here, when you become dismissive of what somebody like Black Thought is doing, because, you know, he's not as popular. Or if you become dismissive of Jay-Z's technical ability because he is popular. But so what's the purpose of this video? It's not to argue one way or another. It's not even to convince you. Your favorite is your favorite. The purpose of this video is just show some appreciation for Black Thought. And for those of you who don't know him or haven't really been exposed to his music, I'll just suggest some things to check out. There's like a light list, you know what I'm saying? Real quick, just some history. Black Thought is a co-founder of hip hop's premier live band. That's The Roots. I think hip hop's best band, The Roots. I think one of the greatest bands in the world. He's the lead vocalist. You know, also Questlove, the drummer. You know, they founded it together. So Thought is the lead vocalist. Now, today, The Roots may be most known for being the band on the Tonight Show with Jimmy Fallon, you know. But they formed out of Philly in the late 80s, released their first project, Organics, in 1993, but really started making noise with their second album in 1995. Proceed was their big breakout single. But, you know, their second album in 1995, Do You Want More, was the one that made most people take notice. That album actually went gold. So also when we talk about, well, Black Thought don't sell no records, I mean, that went gold. And you know, again, while some may say The Roots don't sell records or Thought don't sell records, they have 2 gold albums, Do You Want More, and then in 2002, Phrenology also went gold. And then they have a platinum album with Things Fall Apart, which dropped in 1999. So, I mean, you know, not the most, you know, maybe decorated in terms of plaques on the wall, but Roots got some plaques on the wall. They're also 3-time Grammy Award winners. So Thought is a 3-time Grammy Award winner. The first one came for their 1999 single You Got Me, which featured Eve and Erykah Badu. So, you know, they got some accolades now. Thought got some accolades. Okay, so if you want to see how amazing of an MC Black Thought is, most will point, and maybe the easiest entry point is the Funkmaster Flex freestyle he did in 2017. Probably easiest place to start. I will put that link in the description. He just went crazy on the Funkmaster Flex freestyles, as he did. Like, those who were fans of Thought weren't surprised at how crazy he went, but you know, Flex, especially at the time, having his platform, that freestyle platform, be a place where people really got off and showed their talent. And then for Thought to come on there, I think it exposed him to a new audience. So yeah, start with that Funkmaster Flex freestyle he did in 2017. I'll put a link in the description. Peep his BT Cypher with Mos Def and Eminem. You know what I'm saying? I'll put a link in the description. Honestly, you could just go to YouTube and search Black Thought freestyle, and you pretty much can't miss. Like everyone is gonna hit. Like just when it comes to that proficiency of just, hey, throw the beat on and I could just rhyme for 10 minutes. You know, 20 minutes. I've seen him at live show, like freestyle jam sessions for 20 minutes, half hour. Like, he goes crazy. There's also a Sway in the Morning freestyle he did with him and Method Man. There's a ton of stuff on YouTube. So just look up Black Thought freestyle. You can't miss. You know, also in terms of just rapping ability, right? Boom. From The Roots, from the Tipping Point album. Check that out. He mimics Big Daddy Kane on one verse, and he mimics Cool G Rap on another verse. And this isn't AI. This is before AI. This is 2004, right? This is, I study my favorite MCs and I want to pay homage. And it is a challenge for me to see if I can do Kane's style and pay homage to Kane's style and his voice, and naturally change my voice to kind of mimic Kane's voice and tone and intonations. And same thing with Cool G Rap. So this is in 2004. So Boom is just, if you just want to see like a display of MCing, Boom is one of those things. And actually, if you go back 10 years later, he did it. Did a record called In Your Dreams, Kid. Parentheses, I'm Every MC, where he mimicked Guru, Q-Tip, Busta Rhymes, Jungle Brothers, Ice Cube, Chuck D, Old Dirty Bastard. This was back in like 1994, 95. It was supposed to be on the Do You Want More album. It never made it. And then recently the album was re-released for an anniversary edition. So you could find that on there. You know, that just kind of shows you the type of MC that he is, not just naturally gifted in himself, but somebody who you could tell studied the greats that came before him and applied certain things to his style to form his own style. But boom, and if you want to go back even further, In Your Dreams, Kid, like just like amazing display of creativity and homage that he pays. Okay, so then some may say, cool, he could rap. We know he could rap. He could put words together, but being the best is more than that. You got to be able to write songs, and Thought can do that too. Thought can absolutely write songs. I think that's a common misconception. I think people think, this idea of lyrical miracle rap or guys who rap really well at a high technical level, that their songwriting ability suffers. So you take a joint like The Roots, Silent Treatment. That's from 1995. That's from Do You Want More as well. There's storytelling. It's a clear story. That it's a record geared for women. It's like his version of LL Cool J's I Need Love, at the time or something like that. It's called Silent Treatment. Clear storytelling on that. He's singing on the hook. And again, this is 1995 when this is before Drake. This is before Ja Rule. Maybe, this is like right around when Bone Thugs is starting to hit now. Biz Markie sang, so rappers singing has always been a thing, but it wasn't like the thing. It wasn't as common as it was now. Like when you heard a rapper singing it it was just like, oh wow, okay. Like it made you take notice because it wasn't as common, but it happened. Biz Markie, Mos Def came along later. Nas on It Was Written in 1996, singing like the Street Dreams hooks and things like that. But Silent Treatment, Thought is singing on the hook. And then the record was sampled. It wasn't the most popular record, but it was impactful. The record was sampled by City High for their song Caramel. Also, rest in peace to Robbie Pardlow from City High, who just recently passed away. But if you remember the City High record, Caramel, the hook, caramel complexion, body like heaven, like the lyric from Silent Treatment was later sampled for City High, and it became the hook for City High's record. And then here's a quote. I want to share with you this quote from Black Thought. He did a Rolling Stone interview in 2022 about like his top 20 songs, the most important songs in his career that he did. Shout out to writer Jason Newman. He's talking about Silent Treatment, right? And this just goes to how impactful it was, how sticky the songwriting was, right? Even if he's not recognized for it. He says, most MCs who inspired me to do what I do, that's Rakim, Big Daddy Kane, even Cool G Rap, had that one song that's about a girl. Silent Treatment wasn't in that tradition. When we recorded it, I felt like, oh man, I'm singing on this joint. I'm rapping about a girl. Like, the rappers aren't really going to rock with this. But everybody loved it. Now here's the part. When I met Biggie for the first time, and Biggie was a Roots fan, he admitted it. When I met Biggie for the first time, he was singing the Silent Treatment chorus and told me, that's my favorite shit. So, Thought is again, maybe not widely recognized for these things. Your favorite rapper's favorite rapper. Or has joints that your favorite rapper absolutely loves and admires. So for Biggie to say Silent Treatment was my favorite shit, big deal. Like, I mean that, like, it's a big deal. You know what I'm saying? You Got Me is another song, right? No brainer, hit record. Check that one if you haven't checked that one. Y'all, that's a classic hip hop record. Grammy Award winning, top 40 single. Very easy to follow, digestible lyrics, just good storytelling. Again, geared towards the women. He's telling the story about a relationship. You Got Me, classic, won them a Grammy, top 40 single. When they say Thought can't write songs, I'm like, have you heard? Water is another record from the Roots Phonology album. It's an emotional joint. It's a rap joint, but it's an emotional joint. It's another storytelling joint where he talks about his come up with the late Malik B. Malik B is another MC who was in the Roots, who started with the Roots and passed away a couple of years ago. But he was still alive when Water came out, and it was documented that Malik B had drug addiction and struggled, and he struggled. And Water is a joint where Thought is talking about those addictions and those struggles and that come up and how hard it was, and just writing a song about his friend. Incredible record. Water is an incredible record. You know what I mean? Again, maybe not the biggest hit, but when we talk about songwriting and being able to tap into emotion, and Water is amazing. Dear God 2.0 is another Roots joint. It's like a voicemail to God. You know what I'm saying? It's not exactly the same, but it's like in the vein of Jadakiss's Why. Just thought, looking at the world. Hey, the world is fucked up, and you have questions for God. You're seeking answers. You know what I'm saying? Dear God 2.0, another just excellent display of storytelling. Thought versus Everybody is another joint from his solo, because he has his Roots catalog and he has his solo catalog. So if you look up Black Thought solo catalog, but Thought versus Everybody, again, just a social, political commentary as a black man in America, and the way of the world and where we're going and the direction we're going. That's another one to check out. Yo, man, like when I seen this and it started on Twitter with me, I saw B.I.G talking about this on Angela Yee's show, and you know, he's like, obviously Jay-Z is better. If you know B.I.G, huge Jay-Z fan. And I kind of quote tweeted it, and I was just like, hey, yes, but let's take this moment to like not dismiss how amazing Black Thought is and all of the skills that he had. And that was the purpose of this video. It wasn't even to lift one up over the other, but because of Jay-Z's popularity, we often talk about how great Jay is. And I'm like, well, here's an opportunity to talk about how great Black Thought is. And then as a performer, if you ever been to a Roots show, as a performer, I mean, you can see it on Fallon if you watch Fallon, his improvisation, the way he's adept to different musical styles. You know what I'm saying? You know, somebody on Twitter tried to tell me Thought wasn't musical, and I kind of like had to dismiss it. I'm like, yo, are you crazy? Like he's in one of the greatest bands of the world, greatest hip hop band ever. So that was it, man. It was just like, all right, here's an opportunity to talk about Thought, my love for Black Thought, my appreciation for Black Thought, how great Black Thought is. And is he a trillion times better than Jay-Z? No. But one might argue, depending again on what you value, that he's better than Jay. You may hold him in a higher regard than Jay-Z, and that's okay. And that's what I'm saying, because he definitely has the skill level to back it up. It is not as far-fetched and crazy when you take the trillion times out of it. I think everybody was distracted by will.i.am saying a trillion times. But those are just my thoughts. Hit me. Let me know what you think in the comments, man. Just wanted to talk some hip-hop with y'all today. Definitely going to queue up more videos for y'all. I know it's been a crazy week. I've been going through some things. It's been very, very busy and a crazy week. But we're gonna talk hip-hop. We're going to talk about a variety of topics. I'm not sure yet. I don't know what I had planned, but this one I had to get off my chest, so I wanted to do it. So hit me in the comments. Let me know what you think. Talk to me. I'll talk back. All right? Peace.